Hello friends, welcome to Sri Anand Yog Dham. In today's video, I will explain to you a simple and easy method to clean and detox your 22 feet long intestines, which will keep you not only fresh and rejuvenated, but will remove the root cause of disease from your body. The 22 feet long intestines fold, crease and coil to fit in this small abdominal cavity. Though we pass motions every day in the normal manner and clear our stomach, a lot of our waste material gets stuck up in these folds and creases. With period of time, this begins to decay and rot, creating poisonous toxins in the body. In technical language, the practice that we will be doing today is called Shank Prakshalan. Our digestive tract is shaped like a conch or a shank, and just as when we need to clean a shank, we pour water in it and shake it thoroughly. In the same manner, water is filled in our stomach and intestines in this kriya, and it is moved through and expelled out. Toxins are thrown out of our body in the form of perspiration, urine and stools. In Shank Prakshalan, we are able to throw out toxins in all these three forms. In Ayurveda, this practice is also mentioned as Kaya Kalp because it regenerates the entire body. Shank Prakshalan cleanses not only the intestines but detoxes the entire body. Most of the water we drink is absorbed by the intestinal walls, from where it flows to the bloodstream into the kidneys and is flushed out in the form of urine. When the water does not reach the large intestines, the stuck-up material in the folds and creases of the intestines, it begins to rot and decay further. This leads to smelly gas, constipation, piles, which lead to further more serious ailments. In order to prevent the formation of such poisonous toxins in the body, it is very essential to cleanse the intestines once every 6 months. In this video, I will explain to you step by step how to practice this kriya and cleanse your entire system confidently and systematically by yourself at home. Though the actual practice of Shank Prakshalan takes just 2 to 3 hours to complete, but the dietary restrictions continue for almost 3 to 4 days after the practice. The stomach lining becomes very sensitive and we need to take extra care so as not to overload it with the wrong types of food. For 3 to 4 days, stress on bland food and try to give yourself mental, physical and digestive rest. Shank Prakshalan is best practiced in normal moderate climate. A day prior to the practice, you must keep your meals light. That is, preferably you must have very light khichdi, or then maybe soups, or you can even thrive on fruits. On the day of the practice, get up early and on an empty stomach without having any tea, coffee or beverages. Wearing loose clothes, you must begin the practice. If naturally you want to pass motion before the practice, it is perfectly fine to do so. So let's get ready for Shank Prakshalan Kriya. In a utensil, I measure and pour 4 to 5 liters of clean drinking water. I don't have a 1 liter bottle, so I'm using a half a liter bottle for measurement. Now take this and we need to lukewarm it. So as the water warms for the Shank Prakshalan Kriya, I soak my rice for the khichdi. A fistful is sufficient for me, and about a little less than a fistful of half split green moong dal. So basically I like the chilka green moong dal, but if you don't want to use green moong, you can use the yellow dal also. So while this is being soaked, my water is nice and warm by now, so I shut off the gas and I add a teaspoon of salt. There it is, we are ready. Salt is very important in this kriya because salt is not easily absorbed by the body and doesn't pass off in the urine. It is utilized and reaches the large intestines, the main purpose for this kriya. So I use this to pour it in a jug because we need to keep the water close to us while we're doing the asanas. So before the 5 sets of asanas that we are supposed to perform, we will be drinking 2 glasses of water. So my glass and my tumbler of water comes with me and we go ahead to do our Shankh Prakshalan. Come on. Fill 2 glasses of the salty warm water which we have prepared earlier. Sitting in squat position, drink these 2 glasses of water normally without stopping in between. Then we practice 5 asanas non-stop without stopping in between, 4 rounds of each asana. So let's get started. I'm sitting in squat position and here is the water. For the Tadasana stretch, stand with feet shoulder distance apart. Interlock fingers turning the palms outward. Inhale and raise your arms over your head. Stretch on your toes. Make sure your sides and upper body is stretched. Hold as per capacity. Exhale as you slowly release the posture and touch your heels on the floor. In order to maintain balance, focus your gaze in a particular spot. Those who can't stand on their toes can just stand on their feet. Practice 4 rounds. Tiryak Tadasana. Keep feet a little more than shoulder distance apart. Interlock your fingers facing outwards. Inhale and raise both arms over your head. Keeping arms stretched over your head, exhale and bend the body to the left side from the waist. Inhale as you slowly return to the center. Exhale as you stretch on the right side. Inhale and return to the center. Repeat 4 rounds each.
Kati Chakra Asana. Stand with your feet a little more than shoulder distance apart. Inhale as you open your arms sideways up to shoulder level. Exhale as you twist from your waist to the right side. As you twist, bring your left hand on opposite shoulder and right hand on lower back on the opposite side. Try to look at your heels over your right shoulder. Inhaling slowly, return to the starting point. Now do the practice by twisting on the opposite side. Feel the sides stretch. Return to starting point. Repeat and do 4 rounds each side. Come back. Feel the perspiration. Lie on your stomach, keeping feet slightly apart. Place your palms on the floor such that they are on the sides of the shoulder and do not cross the shoulder level. Inhaling, slowly raise your head, neck and shoulders up to navel. Holding the breath in, twist the head and upper body to look over the right shoulder, keeping the gaze on the left heel. Come back to face forward and look over the left shoulder in the same manner. Try to gaze at your right heel. Return to the center and exhaling, lower the body to the floor. Repeat 4 rounds each side. Bring the right knee close to the left foot. Exhaling, twist the upper body to the right. Look over your right shoulder. Inhale and return to starting point. Repeat on the other side to complete 1 round.
This completes round 1 of our Shankh Prakshalan practice. Those of you who want to use the toilet after doing the first round, kindly do so and then come back to begin the second round. Again, sit in squat position and begin drinking your water. Those who cannot sit in the squat position may sit on a small stool or a small asan, which is very similar to a squat, but if you have a knee problem, it will make you a little comfortable. Once you complete 1 round of the 5 asanas, you will feel the need to go to the toilet. Remove whatever waste that comes out and come back, again sit in squat position and drink another 2 glasses of water. Repeat the 5 asanas again, 4 rounds each, till again you want to go to the toilet and again remove more waste material. Come back, sit in squat and then drink another 2 glasses of water This process shall continue till you see clear watery stools in the toilet.
After you are clean, relax and lie in Shavasana for about 30 minutes. Do not sleep till at least 3 hours of the practice to avoid headache or lethargy. Plan the Kriya when you can afford the spare time to keep yourself rested both physically and mentally. After 30 minutes of rest, you can prepare your special meal of khichdi.
The rice and dal that we had soaked in the water, we wash it nicely and then we put it in a cooker and we put a little bit of... No, we're not going to put salt in this because we need to take care that after Shank Prakshalan for at least 1 or 2 days we should avoid the intake of salt. But there are other ways to make the khichdi very tasty which I will show you. So put a little bit of haldi, turmeric for taste. And we'll shut the cooker, put on the whistle, increase the flame and wait for 2 sitties. Two whistles are done. So now our khichdi is ready for the garnish and we will add a lot of cow's ghee. The ghee is slightly warm. The combination of the rice, cow's ghee and the lentils is very good after Shank Prakshalan because it helps to correct the digestive working and to restore the lining of the gut which gets slightly scraped after Shank Prakshalan. So we make the khichdi very tasty with a slight pinch of asafoetida. Here I put a little bit of asafoetida in the warm ghee and then I put a little bit of cumin seeds, about half a teaspoon, and I add a few curry leaves. Here it goes and let it just sizzle up. As it sizzles, I increase the flame. And here it goes. So that's our khichdi ready. So the consistency should remain thin and we can heat it slightly. And this is ready to eat. We finished our time duration also after Shank Prakshalan practice. Almost 45 minutes have passed. And now we are ready to eat this khichdi. The first round of khichdi, we will have stomach full, okay? And the second round, we can have after 6 hours. Again, we will have a stomach full. So for 24 hours and another 24 hours, that is for 2 days, we will have khichdi only, very bland food. Give emphasis on some root vegetables for the next following days. And you can have very light food like, more of khichdi's and very sattvic light food. So this smells good. So let's get ready. I'm hungry. Let's get ready for the food.
How the 5 asanas work in Shank Prakshalan. While performing the 5 selected asanas, water travels from the stomach to the end of the intestines, forcing the stuck-up decaying waste out of the body in the form of thin, watery stools. The water is in the stomach, so standing is done first to avoid the possibility of puking. Tadasana stretches the colon, while the esophagus is held straight. The stomach area is stretched and alternatively compressed and expanded with the breathing movement, as the valve between the stomach and the duodenum opens and allows the water enter the small intestine. Tiryak Tadasana. As the body stretches on one side, there is compression on one side and expansion on the other side of the body. The folded intestine gets a gentle massage as water is pushed through them, flushing out any decaying stuck-up particles. Kati Chakra Asana. This gives a nice twist to the intestine as the water is now pushed through the intestines. Tiryak Bhujangasana. This asana squeezes the stomach as well as the intestine, giving it a gentle massage. It is through Tiryak Bhujangasana that water finally enters the large intestine and out of our body through the rectum. Udarakarshan Asana stimulates the urge to defecate.